everybody, and welcome to Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hitt. My name is Jessica Hitt, and today we're doing something a little different. We're not really doing a review, we are doing a list. If you guys have been keeping up with my channel and what I've been doing this entire month of March, I have gone through every MCU movie I've done, March Marvel Madness, reviewed them all, and now I'm putting together a definitive list of my personal favorite MCU movies. And these are going to be a lot different than you guys because I feel like I have way different opinions than a lot of you guys on these movies. So I'm thinking if anybody actually watches this video, we could be getting a battleground down in the comment section, people fighting about all of these different movies and which ones are better and why these are better and why I'm stupid for not thinking this is better. And then of course we'll get that one DC person going in there and saying that Marvel sucks and DC is the best thing ever, which that's a whole nother thing. So let's get to it. Marvel Studios has put out 14 movies since I believe 2008, starting with Iron Man, going to Incredible Hulk, going through all through Phase 1 to Phase 2. We're in the beginning stages of Phase 3. And it's been a trip, real trip. And the way I've divided these has been kind of, what I noticed is that even though like something was my number 10 on this list, I still enjoyed the movie. So it's not like, you know, 50% of this is bad and 50% is good. I divided up between the bad, the good, the great. And so that's kind of how we're starting with the bad. We'll start with number 14, and my number 14 is The Incredible Hulk. I don't even consider this movie to be a real MC movie. Me personally, I'm not a Hulk person. I don't like the Hulk very much. I like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk that we see later on. I think he's a good add-on character, but I think that it is very hard to make a standalone Hulk movie that I give a shit about. Now, I think Edward Norton's a great actor. I just think there's a lot of problems with this movie, in my opinion. Some people actually really like this and think it's a really underrated movie. It's easily the most forgotten MCU movie. Some people don't even realize it's in the same thing, especially considering it's a different Hulk than what we now see. So that's why I rank it number 14. It's almost like it doesn't even fit in with MCU, in my opinion. And at number 13, we have Thor: The Dark World. This is still in the bad category in my opinion. The Thor movies so far have just been so forgetful. Like, I just don't even think about the Thor movies, you know? They're just kind of like, oh, another Thor movie's coming out. Even though I will say I'm very excited for Ragnarok, and I think they're making a really good turn with this, especially now that they've, you know, broken up Jane and Thor is going to be spending all of his time, hopefully, in space in this movie, which is what we need. But Thor: The Dark World just suffers from one of, actually, the worst villain ever in the Dark Elves, and this plot point of bringing Jane in and meeting the Asgard people, and then Loki keeps fake dying, and all of this stuff. It's not my favorite, so that's why it's number 13. At number 12, we have Thor, the first one. This one is slightly better than the second one in my opinion, and that's because I do think they do a good job at introducing Thor, and I think that he does bring a good amount of comedy. There are some really great things. I love the stuff in Asgard. I love the family dynamic between him and Loki and their parents. I just think that it didn't do much for me, really. I mean, it's an okay film, but it's not like I don't care to rewatch it ever, so there's that. So now that we are into the good, we are starting off with my number 11 of the MCU, and that is Iron Man 3. And if you saw my Iron Man 3 video, you'll know that I'm actually pretty high on this film. I love the first half of this film, I really do. The last half is what really kills it for me. I don't like the villain. I don't like the whole extremist fight at the end of it. I don't like how they made Pepper Potts into a weird superhero thing. Especially considering she's not going to be in any other Marvel film, most likely. That could change, but her contract's over, they're not really re-signing her, I don't think, and so it's just really confusing to me, you know? At number 10, we have Ant-Man, and before everyone throws a fit, I like Ant-Man a lot. I really dislike the villain. I think that Corey Stoll is completely underutilized. But you also have to remember, if you watch my video, this is the last movie that I just watched. I have never seen Ant-Man before, like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And you know, it's still fresh in my mind. Sometimes I need some time to sit on a movie to really reflect its place on a list. And right now, I'm more excited about the other films. That could change. In 2 months, I could like totally be like, why is this not in my top 6? But you know, I haven't rewatched it since. The first time I watched it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So please don't kill me if you think that that's too low, but you know, meh. At number 9 we have the first Iron Man, and I like Iron Man. This is another film that might actually grow on me more as I, you know, digest it. Because if you watch my video, you know that I did not like it the first Iron Man the first time I saw it. I didn't like it. So when I rewatched it for March Marvel Madness, I was pleasantly surprised at actually how entertaining it was and how much I did like it. So this could be another movie that moves up on my list, but for right now, it is sitting at number 9. And number 8, this is the one that people are going to be really upset with, is Iron Man 2. I know so many people do not like Iron Man 2. I love Iron Man 2. It's a great film, in my opinion. I love the addition of Don Cheadle as Rhodey, and you know, as much as I like Terrence Howard in the first one, this one, Don Cheadle's perfect as Rhodey. And you get him in the War Machine, and you see the self-destructiveness of Tony when he's like dying from the arc reactor that's in his chest. I really like this film. I do, and I know a lot of people do not, and I really don't understand that. I don't understand why people don't like this film. So that's why I have it so high. Okay, and starting with number 7, this is where we move into the great category. So as you see, 50% of these movies I consider great. I love all these movies, and it pisses me off that my number 7 is number 7. Because I would think that that would just be like so high, because I love that film so much. And it is Captain America: The First Avenger. This movie was the last puzzle piece in the Avengers. We had to get Captain America. And this movie, by all accounts, should not have worked. It is like the campiest of heroes that you can get, but then you put Chris Evans in that role and it makes you actually feel for him. You have Haley Atwell, who's Peggy Carter, who is one of the best female protagonists in the entire MCU, and she's really only been in that movie besides, you know, kind of being in Winter Soldier a little bit. Oh, well, she was in Ant-Man for a tiny bit too, but this was her film, you know, and I love this film. I'm sad that it's so low, but at the same time, there's been a lot that's come out, and I remember coming out of the theater being so excited for The Avengers. That was the first one that really, really pumped me up. So that's why it's in the great category. At number 6, we have Doctor Strange. This is the last movie to come out in the Phase 3 cycle. This came out last fall, and I think it's so high because it felt so different. You know, it's mystical, it has magic in it, and it's world bending, and I really enjoyed that. I liked seeing that. I love the addition of Doctor Strange in this universe because I think he's gonna just fit in perfectly and cause rifts in the Avengers, even though there is a giant rift in it right now. But I really liked it. I liked the people in it. I thought that everyone handled their own. The visuals were stunning, so that's why it's so high. At number 5 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This is a movie that I thought it would be a little bit higher, but the ones that I put in front of it I think are a little bit more rewatchable for me. Winter Soldier tends to take itself very seriously because it is kind of that political thriller, which I love. And on some cases, I do think that I would rather watch this than something like The Avengers or the other one or any of that kind of stuff. I am a little surprised it's so low, but like I said, the seriousness, it works for this movie, and I like the change of pace in the MCU, but I want a tiny bit more fun. Okay, at number 4 we have Avengers: Age of Ultron, and I love this film. I don't understand why people have this so low on their list, or like they're so down and out about this movie. I think it's great. I kind of wanted to put it in my top 3. And I almost ranked it higher than the first Avengers, but then when I sat down and really thought about it, you know, you kind of have to weigh it, and the importance of it. I think Avengers: Age of Ultron, Joss Whedon, the best that he could under the circumstances of having to add in all of those people, and then also having Marvel breathing down his neck trying to make this film as great as the first Avengers, which was, nobody thought the Avengers would make that much money. Nobody thought that. And so it was almost just this feat that couldn't be beaten. It's like when Avatar 2 finally comes out, which who knows if it ever will, that is gonna be shocking if it ever even gets to Avatar level, which it will not. It's not even gonna get close. I don't think it's gonna make half of that money. Anyway, that's a whole other story. At number 3, it is Captain America: Civil War. This is a great film. It is fun while being serious. It is It is kind of heartbreaking and it is hard to watch in some points, like at the end when Tony Stark has to watch his parents being murdered on tape by this guy that he was just about to shake hands and be like, I'm sorry, and he has this fury rage. I cannot believe they made such a good movie with the amount of characters they had to put in that movie. It is insane. Plus it has the airport scene. At number 2, we have The Avengers, the first one, the one that really, it didn't start at all, but it ended phase 1 and began phase 2, and it was the culmination of years of work in this universe that no one ever thought was gonna work. Like, the fact that Marvel made the cinematic universe and they have these standalone films that all go into one team-up film and it works and they all feel like they're part of the same universe and they're almost all directed by different people. It's so strange. It is so strange to me. But it works. It's a blast to see all of these heroes on the screen together. You learn more about S.H.I.E.L.D. You finally get more Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. You meet, you don't meet Loki, but you get Loki at his best, in my opinion. And this is like the height of Loki-ness, and it is amazing. We're introduced to one of the best villains ever made on cinema screens, you know, and it's a great movie. It's fun, everyone can enjoy it. People can go into that movie without watching the other movies and not really be that confused, or, you know, it's this build-up of all these movies and it's rewarded in the Avengers. So either way it works, either way it's a win. So this is definitely, it's number 2, easy. And my number 1 film in the MCU goes to Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite superhero film of all time. It is fun, it is weird, it is a concept that shouldn't have worked, and it worked. I love this film, and the fact that we get a second one, the fact that it's only a couple months away is so exciting, and the stuff that we've seen looks so good and it just makes me so bummed really that I can't get it right now today. But, you know, a May release is a good one. It's starting out the summer season. It has the same spot that Civil War had last year. This is going to be a juggernaut. People are going to love it. There's no one that's questioning this movie because when Guardians of the Galaxy was coming out, everyone was like, what is Marvel doing? You have a raccoon and a tree in this movie as like leads, and you have Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec as a superhero now. Like, this shouldn't work. It shouldn't work at all, but it does, and it's awesome. Plus, we get more Thanos in that movie than any other Marvel movie that we've ever gotten, and I love this film. I can't say anything more than I love this film. Okay, everybody, that is my definitive list rankings of the MCU movies. And if you have any confusion on why I placed anything, like if you're confused why I put Iron Man 2 in front of Iron Man 3 and Iron Man 1, then please go watch that video. It explains, it's more in-depth about why I like these films and which ones I really did or did not like. You'll see them all through March. I thank you for staying with me through this whole thing. Also, comment down below. Tell me what your guys' list is. Rank it all. I will like it. I will talk to you guys about it. And also, don't forget to subscribe. I make videos Monday through Friday, all about reviews that you guys don't really care about. Tomorrow, we are getting the newest of the Marvel brand, and that is Marvel's Netflix series, Iron Fist. So that is going to be a spoiler review, so please only click on it if you've watched it or don't care about it. Okay, that is it. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye!